Hello there, Libra. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. And this reading is going to be for Libra for June of 2017. And what I've done for us is I've pulled 4 cards for the month, and I'll use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month. We'll pull Angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, these are general readings, so I want to advise everybody to look at your moon sign and your rising sign to give you a bigger overall view for the month. And what else do I want to tell? I'm an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I will speak as if I'm you during the reading. So when you hear me say I, we all are Libras now named Frankie out there for the time of this reading. It's the way I talk. Now, I don't think these cards are going to go week by week. I believe they'll blend in and out throughout the month for us because I kind of think that's the way it works for me. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I looked up the astrology for us, and for the month of June, it's going to be in our 9th house, and that is religious and intellectual matters, interest at a distance, the affairs of your partners, relatives, your outlook on the future. I believe it said in-laws, grandchildren, I think the church, clergy. What else did it say in there? Oh, darn, I just forgot. Maybe it'll pop back in my head again sometime during this, but I am not an astrologer. I go look at Verouche, V-E-R-R-V-E, I do that all the time, V-E-R-O-O-S-H. She does astrology with the cards, and she simplifies the astrology so that I can understand it. So those of you that want to know something astrologically for June, she kind of like teaches it, is the way it comes off to me, and it makes it easier for me to understand. Now, we have some words from Spirit before I begin, and they are courage, awakening, simplicity, love, and gratitude. And these cards are really pretty, what do I say, weird? They're odd cards. I think I can kind of see where these words are coming in during this, but the end result is our overall view, right, for the whole entire month is good, because we have the 4 of Rods here, or the 4 of Wands, and that card shows us that, we're in a stable place, basically, where even if our funds have not built, they are building. I want to say be extremely grateful at all times, Libra, for what we have. Appreciate it. Keep things simple. This is being in a position where your home life is reasonably happy, for the most part, or, where you are capable of bringing it back or getting it back into this if you should choose. And because these are general readings, perhaps if it's, if we're divorcing or something like that, the end result is we have a happy home for our own self that is well provided for. Sometimes, I don't know about all of you, but sometimes I think people think, I can't make it, right, on my own. If I get a divorce, where's the money going to come from? And then we sit back and the divorce happens. Let's say our husband and wife cheated on us and they take off, and here we are, and we figure out we've been paying the mortgage, we've been paying the utilities, we've been taking care of the kids all along, so our lives really didn't change, and we end up with more in our pocket than what we originally started out with. That's kind of like the way this is coming off at me with all of these cards here, because I believe this is the overall view, is this is what we want, what we require in our lives, what we need, and this is security. Our home is happy, our home is well preserved. We are in a state where when we walk out of our home, we're emotionally calm. We are, our lives are much more simpler. And I believe these wands here, when we look at them, they're a gateway to step through also. So if we haven't stepped through it, we are going to this month. And they're telling me to tell you it in that way for a particular reason, because, well, maybe because it was in the 9th house, and that's in-laws too, Libra. So that could get a little scary there, so don't be irritable and impatient. We're Libras. We're supposed to be the scales of justice, well balanced there. So, what do I want to say? Don't get into trouble with the in-laws, okay? If you want to keep a happy home. I don't think that's going to apply to all of us. It was just something that popped in my head in between there, because this is the overall view. And this is where, if we are not there, we are going there. And that's the way they're saying it. Like, I don't know. I keep hearing something odd that has to do with, like, I don't know, our home, or jealousy around our home. It's like, I don't know what it's for. It's going to take courage, and we have it. So it's not a big to-do if we use these cards in an appropriate manner, because our first card here is the moon. And a lot of people see this card as just really, bad, like hidden things and influences and that kind of stuff. But I'm really not seeing it like that. What I'm seeing is this is the card of intuition. For us this month, this is that awakening word. And it all comes back to whatever we're going to do to have this Four of Wands. That's how it feels. So this, to me, in this sense, in this reading for us Libras, is a card of moving within, of shining the light of the moon internally, of using this perception and this psychic clairvoyant ability, if you want to say it like that, to look outside of us, actually going within, look outside and see what's influencing, see motivations behind what people are doing or how they are acting, and Spirit saying, and how it's affecting me. I want to keep my life simple. Complications and chaos disrupt my life. These dogs here are howling at the moon, and this poor little lobster here is trying to climb up out of the water and take off at the moon here too, is what it looks like. I think they need water in order to survive. But what Spirit's telling me is this is a time of internal reflection. And with that internal reflection, I am looking at my own, not only just my own self, for an awakening, to develop my spirituality, to have the courage to look at myself, maybe, but to look clearly at motivation from others also. Now, I don't know what that's going to mean. This is going to come down in different areas of our lives. Maybe if it was at work, we would need to go internally, maybe to project how our boss, the motivation behind why our boss is acting this way, so that we have a way to react, right, to whatever's happening. So maybe we can keep our job, or maybe that the job is what provides for this happy home. Maybe it's to look at motivations behind why others are coming at me in the way they are coming at me. But whatever, we have courage. We use this moon card for knowing ourselves, going internally, keeping it simple, loving ourselves. The word love just as much as we might love our home or our husband or wife or our pet, to love ourselves and have gratitude for ourselves in that same manner. But using those skills and ability, because our next card is the devil card. And no, I don't believe the devil's coming up from hell and running and getting us. That's not happened. But I always see that this on his head as a pentacle, as money, so material world. It's the card of Capricorn also, so maybe there's some type of Capricorn influence around this card. Now, this can be the card of drug, sex, and rock and roll. Perhaps this howling at the moon card is someone who is doing some type of really bad behavior or risky behavior. Hopefully it's not us, Libra. These cards can go both ways. But this card is the card of the card of feeling like, how do I want to put this? Sometimes like we're trapped or there's no way out, those kind of things. But we have the moon card here. So what the devil card is showing us is we can go within, like internal, right, with this devil card and be able to awaken parts of ourselves that are going to project and remove any of these negative influences that are coming at us, right? And the one thing with the devil card is we have to remember we all need substance and stability in order to survive. So the devil is material plane things. We don't, with the devil card, go steal or cheat someone out of it. With the devil card, we realize that which is ours and we work towards it. Or if it is ours, and maybe it's a divorce situation, we take ours with that devil card there, because the devil card's a card of actually of transformation. And if we use it appropriately and we remember, no matter what it looks like on the physical plane, there are always different spiritual choices that we can make, right? There are always spiritual choices we can make. So keep it simple. Hopefully this isn't drug, sex, and rock and roll. If it is someone around us that's doing bad behavior or whatever, and we do not need this in our happy home, right? We're going to look for the spiritual way to perhaps have the courage to step up and remove it. If it's us, we're going to step up and get rid of the habit, the pattern, or whatever. If we're using this moon card, we will know what this devil is in our life. And thinking 9,000 in-laws, that kind of goes like a scary thing here, Libra, I'm thinking, good gravy, what if the mother-in-law is because they always make us mother-in-laws the notorious mother-in-law. What if the mother-in-law is the devil in my life? That was a joke, but what they're saying is with the moon card, go within, right? And with this card, go within. Find the motivating force behind this. And if it's a person in our life, think about how we're going to approach it. Have the courage to approach it, right? Move forward. Have that awakening, Libra, because this feels like a strong influence here. And this is what we want. This is the good card here, because our next card is the Nine of Rods, Nine of Wands in my old deck. In my old deck, this guy's facing forward with these 9 wands or 8 wands around him. He's hanging on to the last one. He's got a band-aid on his head, and it's all bloody. In this one, I see, right, that this guy's wizened up and he put on a helmet. So when he makes it, they didn't beat his brains out of his head with those other 8 wands. This is a card of determined effort. This is a card of someone who made it by the dint and the strength of their own will and their own skills and power motivation forward. And with this card, if anything comes against us, we still have that determination, that word courage, that will, that ability to stand up and defend that which is ours, which is just. So this home card may be very important to a lot of us, and that we have courage and we know we have the strength with this card. We've come through that battle. We've done the things that we need to do with the moon and the devil card. Maybe we got a bloody forehead before from it. This time we're smart. We're going to use those skills and keep the helmet on our head, so if somebody belts us one, we're not going through that again, right? So don't, with the way these are coming down, one of the things we should avoid is that over alarm, like jumping into the crisis and the chaos, right? With this big old rod whacking everybody there. We don't want to do that. We don't want to be irritable, harsh, impatient, get in trouble with others. You know, this doesn't have to do with in-laws, other people around us. We want to have courage in that word awakening, and that gratitude and simplicity and love for ourselves, love for others, you know, maybe others that are I believe all people are deserving of love. Not necessarily do we have to like them all if we went through this a bunch of times. Just remember, we've went through it a bunch of times. We're Libra. We had the courage to move through it a bunch of times. We want the balance. We're the one that's going to go inside, and we're the one that's going to take that back. So, you know, they're saying we should pay attention to what others think, right? Like their viewpoints, right? But we should allow others to know our viewpoint too. And those are things that we can do in an awakened state, with courage, with calmness, with balance, with love, with, like our words, simply put. And, you know, that would be our one. That would be our best defense, simply put. So if at any time there's a need for us to agree to disagree, remember we went through it before, this time we're wise enough to put the helmet on. That's what they're saying to me, because our next card here is the Queen of Swords, and this is actually, well, they call her the Queen of Separation and Divorce, you know, but what it is a very powerful woman. If we think of the King of Swords, right, mental activity, very acute, someone who knows, you know, mentally alert, can help us, you know, with anything like that, like professional person, air sign, should be air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. She could be skills and talents that we need to keep, right? She's also someone who has suffered loss, right? And came out on the other side better for it. Remember, we have this 9 of Rods here, and our top priority is this, right? Now, this is the emotional component. Now, I'm going to see her as male or female. She's someone in our lives, right? She can be a male or a female, because this is a general reading. She could be someone that could help us to get through this. Because it's a sword card, she could be a quality we require in ourselves. And she also is, as much as the King is the mental, she is the emotional component that goes with that mental acuity. And she's, just think of, like I said, it has to be male or female because this is a general reading. She's someone that can hold herself with dignity. Remember, the sword is in her hand. She can make decisions swiftly if she is required to. She can cut off anyone or anything that she has to. This is like a strong feeling that's coming through. So use that moon card and that devil card wisely. Perhaps we need these skills, whatever it's going to take to maintain what this is that we want, right? Whatever it's going to take to maintain. Whoa, whoa. And they say we can do it. Look at the card underneath. We have the Three of Pentacles. And that's the card of somebody doing their job and doing it well. And we're Libra, and we can do that. This is what we want. This is what we will have. Don't be pushy. Don't disclose what we're thinking ahead of time. End result is we get this Four of Wands, which is comfort, security, stability, all the things that we want within our home, you know. And sometimes I think our home's in here too, Libra. Maybe that's where we need the awakening, because we have the Moon card and the Devil card, which is to go inside, and we have that word awakening. And sometimes it takes courage to go within, and they're asking us, because we're Libra, we're fair, we're balanced, we don't want to judge anybody for anything. Sometimes we need to, you know, look for motivation. Even if we don't want to, we need to truly look at other people. Even if we really don't want to, we need to do it in order to keep our lives simple, have gratitude for their circumstances, but to be able to still stand up for ourselves. Well, Libra, let's see what these angel cards have. I was like, when I was first looking at that card. Now I can kind of see what they're talking about, you know. Just don't be irritable and get in trouble with the in-laws, right? Whoa. Libra, I don't even want to show you the angel card. I think sometimes these things are really like, I don't believe in coincidence, but the angels can kind of even push that. Opportunity to forgive, Libra. Well, it says here, this situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. What have they been telling us all this time? I've never picked this card up before. I really have not. It says, I can't even read now. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies, and lift you up to a higher place of peace and compassion. Good gravy, Libra. Does that or does that not go with what we're talking about here? You'll have to excuse me here. I'm saying the alphabet in my head so I can figure out that O comes before P. It says, it's true. Our alternative meanings are, the angels sent you this card because they see that you've grown weary of a recurring negative pattern in your life. To break this cycle, it's important for you to release old toxic thoughts about the current situation and relationship. You can do this by breathing deeply and on each exhalation, giving your fears, worry, anger, and other painful emotions to the angels. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you are condoning the other person's behavior, just means that you are unwilling to carry toxic feelings and thoughts about him or her. Release, be free, experience positive patterns through forgiveness. Avoid, these are the additional meanings, avoid blaming yourself or others as you release the anger. A creative resolution to the situation will appear. There are hidden blessings in this relationship and situation. Focus upon desires instead of fears or judgment. And like it said, you know, the deal is here, forgiveness doesn't mean you're condoning the other person's behavior. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting either. Because when we forget, right, maybe we wouldn't have put that helmet on. We don't live it. we forgive it. We do not forget it. We put it somewhere in the back of our mind, maybe how we adjusted, lovingly adjusted, or work through this situation will help another in the future down the line. So we just, when we're done explaining how we went through it, then we can pick it up, put it back in that little closet in our brain, and close the door on it so we don't repeat it. If we repeat it, we'll forget the helmet. Well, Libra, that's our reading for June, and I want to tell you all thank you for all of your likes and shares and subscribes and your comments. I really, really appreciate your comments. I read each and every one of them, even though I don't get a lot of time to reply to you. I want you to know that I do read everyone, and I appreciate them. And for anybody who just wants to know more about me, all the information's below the screen at the website, or if you want to set an appointment with me, all of the information to do that is there at the website. So, I want to also say thank you to all of you I've met through doing these YouTube videos, and over a year now. Wow, amazing. I made it this far. And to all of you that I've met through doing readings for 28 years, I want to tell each and every one of you it was an honor and a privilege to serve you. And I thank you for trusting me. And hopefully, Libra, I will be back here next month. Bye-bye.